What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about what the new mode being added to Predator Hunting Grounds could be. So, we talked about the DLC, right? Obviously, it's just 1 week away at this point. Next Tuesday, we get the City Hunter Predator, which is great. And like I said in that past video, there's definitely pros and cons to the DLC. One of the, I think, the best things that came from the DLC was finally a little mention of map, new mode, right? And now, like I said in that video, I don't like that the way they said it was kind of like, oh yeah, of course, like we've talked about it before, like you're gonna get a new map and a new mode, like singular, one of each of them, and we'll give it to you when we're ready. That was kind of how the quote came across to me. Like I said, I did not like it. But with that being said, let's kind of go in a little bit more of a positive direction, but kind of talk about also what I'm actually very, very afraid of this new mode. It is exciting. It is exciting that we'll finally, and by the way, I don't want to actually confuse people. This is not coming in the July update, okay? This is not in the free update. This is not in the July paid DLC. This is, in my opinion, I think this is going to come in August. I think they'll end up doing it for August. I hope that it's August free DLC, that God help them if they make it paid, where you have to pay for a brand new mode and a brand new map. I think the rest of the people that are still playing this game should probably jump off of it if that ends up happening. But again, it is exciting that we're going to get those things. What could the new mode be? All right, I guess maybe continuing the negative theme of what I've talked about so far, what I hope it's not. Let's talk about what I hope it's not. Friday the 13th, when that game came out, people wanted an offline mode, okay? That game was also mainly only single player. I believe when that game was conceived, when it was talked about leading into it, they did talk very heavily that there would be some sort of single player option, that you would be able to play this game offline, and it didn't happen at launch, okay? Now, Predator, it had its own issues of things they promised and then they didn't have at launch, but what I'm hoping it's not is, again, honestly, like Friday the 13th, I did not like the scripted, okay, two counselors are doing this in their house, you go in there and you take them out this way, and then that's it. I do not want something like that. Again, God help them if that's what it is. People do want an offline mode. I completely understand that. And honestly, we'll have to see if that's what they end up doing. The question I'm posing to you guys, and this is a legitimate ask, is I do wonder, though, what would be the better idea? Should they do a literal offline mode to kind of satisfy all those people that say, you know what, I don't want to play always like online with other people. I would like to play this game by myself. Come up with some sort of thing that I can do alone, right? There is so many people, even just on this channel, which is not the biggest channel in the world. It's not the biggest Predator channel out there, but even me, basically on every single video I've talked about with things they need to improve or what could they add or, what are some things you want. Single player mode comes up every single time, dozens of times, okay? So it's not like people don't want it. People definitely want it. At the same time, I wonder, and this is, again, because of this question, look, the game is dying. I don't think it's unfair to say that. I think it's actually very fair to say this game is losing support. This game is losing people playing it. This game needs help. Now, what can help this game? Well, we've talked about it, right? Helping the Fire team out would, I think, really help this game. Adding a new map would help this game. Adding new modes that you can play online could help this game. And that is kind of the key there because, again, yes, people want to play it offline, but the game is built for the multiplayer. Now, I'm not petitioning that they don't do a single-player mode and they only do multiplayer. The sad and scary thing is we may end up just getting one mode. Like, they literally, by the time we're all done with Predator, like, we look back at this game 2 years from now and we say, wow, they added one map to increase the amount to 4, and they had a whopping 2 modes, a single player and a multiplayer. And, if that's what we do, shame on them. Honestly, shame on them. So it is a little scary to say, like, well, I hope that we don't have to choose between kind of reviving the multiplayer group that they have and also, giving people what they want in the single player. Hopefully we don't have to choose between that, but honestly, there's something in my gut telling me that that will end up happening, and I've been right in the past with talking about my worries of Predator Hunting Grounds that have come true. So I don't want to say like this is a doomsday forecast, but it honestly could be. So again, the multiplayer approach, well, okay, again, I think the Fire team, I think having new objectives, I think having that map that does, I think just having a new map in general does do so many awesome things, right? We talked about that before. It makes you have to learn it. It's a brand new environment for you to explore. Hopefully it's not anything like hopefully it's like a city, because if they're adding the City Hunter, you have to assume that they're probably going to add a city map, which again, would be really, really cool. I hope they end up doing that. That helps it right there. Adding new objectives, that helps it right there. With that being said, though, do they need to do do a different multiplayer mode? Could they do, I don't know, people have said, like, could it be like a Predator on Predator? Could they increase the amount of people they have in individual things? The tough thing, again, is how is this game built? Is this game literally just built where you can have 4 people versus 1 Predator? Because if that's how it's built, then I think all hope for 2 Predators or Predator versus Predator or, you know, something like that, or even like Predators trying to hunt the fire team, and the fire team has to kind of fend off 2 Predators, and it's whoever like eliminates the most of them wins, or, you know, whatever they end up doing. Again, if the game is not built for that, it's just flat out not happening. It just will not happen that they're going to do that. So again, then you have to turn your attention to, well, do they just decide, do they make the call? Have they already made the call in IllFonic that, nope, just the system we have in place right now is perfect. It works, which, by the way, this is all sarcasm because it doesn't. And we are just not going to touch it. Like, what we have is perfect and we're leaving it. Because, again, then do they say, all right, well, we're going to go with single player. But then again, honestly, with single player, I'm so worried that it ends up just being a very script. Because I can honestly see it. All right, you jump into a map. Pick one of the 3 jungle maps that are all basically the same. You jump into a map. You'll basically be fighting the fire team, which will be AI controlled, and they'll just be smarter than the AI enemies. You'll have objectives. You'll have bonus objectives. Maybe it's like take out 20 of like the actual like the militia group that's in there, like take them out, or like stealth kill 1 AI. You know what I mean? Something like that. I honestly can see that before my eyes in this game. Okay, would that be fun? Honestly, no. I think people may want that. I think people want an offline mode. I don't know if people want that, though. You know what I mean? Because that is basically just replicating what we already do in multiplayer. You know what I mean? So again, this is a video very much for the people, for you guys. And I know I say that often, but I truly do mean that, because you guys have some fantastic ideas. I want to hear from you. What do you want to see from this new mode? If you want to see single player, what specifically? Like, I hope that it's not literally just doing multiplayer, but taking out the humans controlling the fire team and replacing it with probably half brain dead, because we know that the AI is already brain dead, so half brain dead AI, right? I don't know if that's what people want. So definitely let me know in the comments below, guys. If you want single player, what kind of single player and what kind of multiplayer? You know, if there's different kind of modes that maybe you could see them doing with a multiplayer kind of experience, let me know in the comments below what you think. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I'm going to keep chugging away at these Predator videos. I'm having a lot of fun making them. Obviously, next Tuesday is the DLC, so I'll be having a couple videos on that. We'll be talking about the August stuff. Once we find out what the August stuff is, what this new map is, what the new mode is, we'll be talking all about that on this channel, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.